little bit of Siegfried. HUEBERT has messed around with a few other characters, but for the most part, when it's time for business, regardless of the ups and downs, both of these characters have been top tier. Both of them have been mid tier. Nah, just kidding, not Belial. But you know, these are characters who have definitely gone through some significant changes here and there, and both of these two stayed with it. They're definitely character specialists, experts at their characters. So I'm really excited to see what we see out of this. Kain, I was glazing him yesterday. You guys know. I think he has the best movement of any Percival player I've ever seen on a character who is very hard to move on.
Oh yeah, it's going to be very important up against somebody like Belial, who can be impressive in a lot of different spacings. But I do love the moving DP to go right through the Goetia, already ushering
good
HUEBERT into the corner.
Yeah, you can't do spinners like that anymore, especially when they have a really far-reaching normal. Keeping him in the flame, yeah, draining a little bit more health down. And the whip, God, he's so sick.
Yep, Belial standing in the flame carpet. He does like to see things get hot, but this might be a little bit too hot for him. Belial getting caught on fire with the Lord of Flames.
That's why I keep the Japanese voices on, so I don't know what Belial says, so I don't get, you know, I'm not letting him trick me into making a comment, you know, on my own stream.
My bad. My bad.
I'll talk about it later. Okay. Yeah, there's some stuff in the game that cracks me up with him, though. I'm a big fan.
Gotcha. But anyway, Belial is going to be starting on the offensive end currently. Kain taking a lot of health tax right now. This is a lot of Belial goodness.
You see that usage more. Now that they nerf the options out of spinner and they make it harder to do that as a real block string, it was always +2 if you just did heavy fireball and you didn't do anything out of it. So just using it for the pressure. Kain on the back foot here, down a lot of life, working on a perfect, I believe, here for HUEBERT. And yeah, good answer back after that first round.
Yeah, just don't let Percival get started. Don't let Kain try to play that spacing game that he's been so good at. Just get in and get your offense started as quickly as possible. And you see Kain kind of adapting to that, just giving them the space to try to get into something. But that's a big counter hit there.
Kain whipped the dash light. Would have been safe, but tried to steal a turn after doing it. And there is low recovery on dash light, but not that low. Good decision there, using the lariat of the 6-6H. If you see the other person backing off as Belial, oh, ouch.
How about a 6-6H right back at you? Big counter hit right there.
Oh, that went a little bit longer than he wanted to, but now it's kind of dangerous here for HUEBERT. This is probably a one-touch match. Kain knows that, so he's just trying to get the situation back. Yeah, fishing for it. 1 BP. This is a one-touch match for both characters, really.
Yeah, we're going to see how stout we are defensively. Just going to use the BP
that should do
instead.
It.
Oh, no, not quite.
He did get the clean hit, but chip is an issue.
No dodge on the Goetia.
Great
you
setup,
put him in a checkmate situation right there. Good stuff there. Keeping him in the flame carpet and then advancing right behind it.
And forced a situation where he would have had to double dodge. And if he did that, there's a chance he could have been locked into a DP or something after the advance of the 2-1-4H follow-up.
Just love to see it. Kain getting started once again. Lord strike to usher Belial to the left side of the screen, and Belial trying to fight back. Osmodeus Ender, and now just swiping the claws with the bar
like that. Yeah, he did a little oopsie, like an okie doke of whip something into the 5M there.
That is so potent in this game. Just being able to prompt someone into an action when you just purposefully whip something, and then they just try to swing right back to it and says, well, actually, I was setting up the whole time. And now we're going to set up some good corner offense here. HUEBERT looking pretty good here in round 1 of game 2.
Kain has been pretty liberal on the BCs. We have not seen any real call-outs yet from HUEBERT.
Alrighty, getting chased down here by the Lord Strike. Prompt, counter hit BC, right back at you.
Just doesn't want to hold the positioning. Yeah, he didn't have stocks. Even though he was plus there, that was still not a great situation for Kain because he didn't quite have the ult. He didn't have, you know, a lot to work with. Have to watch out for the ult fireball on Belial's side. Yep.
Yep, you ask and you shall receive right there. The 6-6M being a little bit outside of the range of Belial, so that lets him punish it with the ultimate Goetia. And wow, what a 4M check on the Lord Strike. Holy moly.
Okay, this button, I already talked yesterday about how good of a far medium this character has, but man, it's doing some stuff that even by what I already knew is kind of standing out. A lot of scaling with the command grab starter. Not going to invest a lot in the ender. Does have 9 stocks. He went for it again because with the ult cash out at the end, that probably would have killed even with the scaling.
Yeah, they cannot count out Percival when he has all 9 stocks.
Oh.
HUEBERT knows this, so he's trying to just make sure that there's
no,
no
that
chance.
was supposed to be 2-1 for you. Yeah, unfortunate input error there. That was supposed to be 2-1 for you and got the 5U instead. HUEBERT has a decision to make on if he wants to cash out here. Yeah, gonna hold on for the next touch. Oh no! Tried to chase and ran into a button. This should close it out for HUEBERT.
I wonder if Kain was trying to send sort of backwards movement to set up into that far H spacing, so Kain just trying to chase that down to prevent him from getting comfortable in that space.
I think he was chasing a backdash too. He was expecting a backdash, very potent backdash for Belial, and something that HUEBERT's been showing so far in the set. But HUEBERT just stood his ground, pushed the button. Good decision there, 1-1.
Yep, got to shake it off though if you're Kain, and already doing what has gotten us the advantage in each of the round ones in both games prior. That heavy Lord Strike, as quick and advancing as it is, it also just pushes Belial into an uncomfortable spot here. And I'm interestingly enough seeing a lot more of this Goetia Fireball war being won here by Belial.
Great spacing. Using the backdash to get out of the range. I think he was expecting a DP there. He backed off, and again, you see that far 5M for Belial putting in so much work right now.
Ultimate DP showing his head for the first time in a bit. Now looking for that low after the fact, but the big whiff on the far 8. Holy moly, Belial being able to run up and behind that.
Yeah, the far 5M must have hit on the second frame, because that definitely combos from 6XL.
Alrighty.
Basketball is going to have a hard time getting, yeah 1 meter short. Oh, if that was a back throw, that would have changed this match a lot. Oh,
here you go. Has access to the flame carpet. How are you going to get out of this?
Issue, and yeah, just send it. Would have been a very hard call out. Would have had to run up and dodge or something. And Percival has kind of a long DP animation. A dodge might actually be too early against it.
Oh. How about more of that long DP animation to cut through the Goetia once again. This time, get
not
it
to be deterred. That's actually really good recognition. When a normal non-heavy fireball hits close up, that is actually minus for most characters. It's not your turn even if you hit that fireball.
Keeping him at bay with that far range. Good dodge on the ultimate Goetia.
Jump. Yeah,
Wow.
Baiting out the 2H. Kain putting down the BC, just leaving in the situation. HUEBERT, yeah, recognized he was about to move in to the flame there, and he doesn't have a ton of life to give the DOT.
All right, trying to find that whiff, but Belial not making it easy. The quick recovery on a lot of the options that HUEBERT is choosing, and we're choosing to use our BC to prevent the plus range after the medium follow-up on the Lord Strike. No anti-air, though. That's an air stall. You don't want to play that kind of game.
Kain, you see him walking for that 50 meter. Yeah, and again, forcing a decision here. BC him.
Wow, ultimate Notoria on the run-up back throw.
What else do you got? Oh,
you got a command grab. You got the Sego. You got the world in the palm of your hands, as does Percival. Man, oh man, Belial taking it to the final round of Game 3.
And we are at match point. Kain with the early advantage here, gonna get the stocks. Just looking for the aggression that's not coming out of HUEBERT, but this is gonna be a lot of damage. Doesn't have a lot of meter to work with though, so not gonna be able to put it down, but he's not gonna need the meter. That should do it.
Yeah, no ultimate Notoria gonna work out for you this time around. Kain just putting an end to that quick, fast, and in a hurry, sending HUEBERT down to loser side of things, wiping the sweat off of his brow, knowing that things were getting a little bit spicy.
That was a very fast-paced match for two characters that actually kind of benefit from slowing things down and trying to control. You saw neither of them really wanted to concede the advantage. There were a lot of BCs, and both of them characters that really don't have the best BC baits other than just giving up your turn to dodge and hard call it out. So there was a lot of just jockeying for, you know, I don't want to have to hold your pressure in this moment until I have resources to deal with it.
Absolutely.
And that last round, Kain just kind of got the early advantage. I think landing that grab to refill his timers and get a chunk of meter really kind of set things into a rough position for